Maya, not now.
Leo, I'm at Mass Minal. It might be my appendix.
Chloe's having a moment. The reviews for her show just dropped. The Times critic is here. This is a huge night for her. You're strong. You'll be fine. She's fragile. You understand, right?
I'm in the ER.
I'm her +1 tonight. I can't just leave her alone in the middle of this. It would be cruel.
Cruel.
Exactly. Thank you for understanding. I'll call you later. Try to get some rest.
The timestamp was 10 minutes ago, right after my third call. Okay.
Mrs. Ross? The doctor will be in shortly. How's the pain?
Better. Much better. I heard Chloe laugh before I opened my own front door. That told me enough.
They're perfect with the neckline.
Maya, you're home early.
Oh, Maya, you startled me. I was just admiring your beautiful things. Leo was showing me. Showing you.
She has the Vanguard Arts Ball tonight. The black Dior needed a pop of color. I remembered your grandmother's earrings.
You remembered them.
I knew you wouldn't mind. It's just for one night.
Really, Maya, it was just a silly idea. Forget it.
They're made to be worn. Sitting in a box is a waste. Here, try them on. Let's see.
My grandmother wore them on her wedding day. My mother wore them at mine. They were the only thing I kept for myself. It's fine.
Stunning.
You're not upset, are you? Don't make this into something it's not. You always get so sentimental about things.
I'm not upset.
The silence in the bedroom was old and familiar. I had just never listened to it properly before.
You're looking rather pared back tonight.
Hello, Evelyn.
You have to be more understanding, Maya. That girl is from the Aldrich family. Old Boston. She's not robust, not like you.
Robust.
Leo has a good heart. He sees someone in need of shelter and he provides it. You need to be generous enough to allow him that kindness. She's not trying to steal your husband. She's just lost. And Leo is a lighthouse. You wouldn't blame the lighthouse for doing what it's meant to do?
I'm not blaming anyone.
Good girl. Be the bigger person. It's what he needs from you. Strength.
Ma'am? Would you like me to get you some water? You've gone very pale.
I'm fine.
I can call a car for you. It's no trouble.
Thank you. I'll be all right. The earrings were gone. The husband was gone. All that was left was the empty space where I was standing and the understanding in a stranger's eyes. I didn't go home after the gala. I went to the office. Dark room, old paper, blueprints, facts. Not curiosity. Something emptier. Like turning a page. 3 months ago, when my father died, he said he was stuck at a client retreat. The location tag said Napa. The gallery ban out. My grandmother's money. The dinners I ate alone. The weekends on the Cape. It was all there. Time-stamped. Complete. When I reached the end, there was no crash. A feeling just turned off, like a switch. I understood now. There was no room left to save. Only a structure I could leave.
This is straightforward. Emotionally, I'm sure it's a minefield. Legally, it's arithmetic.
Okay.
He commingled marital assets for the benefit of a third party in an ongoing demonstrable affair. The gallery investment alone is significant dissipation. List everything. Tangible assets, also what you gave up for his career.
I left a graduate program at Columbia. I moved here for his first fund. I've worked for the city since. Lower pay, stable benefits. It let him take risks.
Quantifiable, good.
I managed everything: household, schedules, social logistics.
Also quantifiable. Then he'll love bomb you. Apologies, grand gestures. It's a tactic, not a change of heart.
I'm ready.
There you are. I was worried you didn't come home last night.
I was at the office.
We need to talk about last night. I could tell you were upset.
Taking the earrings was a misstep. Thoughtless. Chloe felt terrible. She wanted to return them personally, but I told her you needed space.
The lawyer will send over the initial paperwork next week. You should have your own counsel look at it.
A lawyer? You're serious? You're really doing this over a pair of earrings and a few missed calls?
It's not about the earrings, Leo.
Then what is it about? What is so catastrophically wrong that you're ready to throw 10 years away? I'm here. I'm listening. Talk to me.
There's nothing to talk about. You'll have the papers next week. The house had to be divided. My half first. I started in the garage with my father's boxes. I had been an architect once. It was time to start building again.
The trembling stopped. In its place was resolve, hard as stone.
Maya, a word. Chloe, I think we need to understand each other. I've tried to be patient, accommodating. But this little stunt with the lawyers and the board position is getting disruptive. He's not leaving me. He feels responsible for you, guilty even. But that's not love, that's obligation. I do. An obligation has an expiration date. You'll get a settlement. You can fade away with some dignity. Start over somewhere quiet. That's what you want, isn't it? A quiet life? You're not his wife. You're his habit. And habits, Maya, get broken.
He loves me. He says it. He shows it. What do you have? A shared mortgage and a decade of leftovers.
Then I hope he makes you very happy, Chloe. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Chloe's preview was the talk of the city. I didn't come alone. I came with the kind of people who changed rooms by entering them.
The Aldridge girl. I remember her grandfather. Dreadful bore, but he knew his porcelain. Let's see what all the fuss is about, Maya.
Mrs. Winthrop, I'm so honored you're here. It means the world.
Curiosity, my dear, always gets the better of me. This is my associate, Maya Ross, of the Historical Trust, and my grandson, David.
Maya, you came.
The Trust takes an interest in the adaptive reuse of historic spaces. This building has an interesting provenance. A rope factory, I believe.
The load-pairing issues on the north wall were a nightmare to solve. Quite ingenious, the engineering.
The art, Leo. Perhaps you could explain the thematic through line to Mrs. Winthen?
Maya, come look at this. The pigment. It's wrong.
Oh,
It's meant to be lapis luibus, mid-18th century style, but it's flat, synthetic, and the cracking pattern is wrong, poorly aged.
I'd need a closer look under different light to be certain. But the documentation for the sourcing of the historic pigments was incomplete in the permit filings we reviewed.
Due diligence is important.
Walk with me, dear. Tell me more. I'm suddenly very interested in provenance.
The provenance traces directly to a private collection in Newport. The documentation is quite meticulous.
Meticulous, you say? Maya, dear?
Mrs. Winthrop.
The signature, the brushwork. Does it strike you as consistent with the artist's known period?
The signature style matches, but the pressure is off. See the tail of the R? It's hesitant. In the authenticated works from that decade, it's a confident flourish. The hand was trying to copy the shape, not own it. And the cracking in the sky is too uniform. Age cracks organically, so looks applied. To mimic age, not result from it.
No need. I had my foundation's research director look last week. The Newport collection you cite was dissolved in 1953. Its entire contents were cataloged by Sotheby's. This painting is not in the catalog.
And the Lapis pigment in their backups report filed with the city shows phthalo blue, a modern synthetic, invented in 1935.
Leo, tell them. Tell them it's not true.
Now, hold on. There could be explanations. Misattributions happen. Chloe has poured her soul into
A great
this.
deal of someone else's money based on fraudulent documents.
This is a witch hunt. A coordinated attack. Someone is trying to destroy me. Her! She's doing this! She's jealous. She's bitter because Leo loves me!
The certificates, the insurance valuations. My firm invested 6 figures based on your provenance reports, Aldridge. If those are forgeries, that's fraud, criminal fraud.
Leo, please, say something. Leo?
I think we all need to let the experts sort this out. I was as misguided as anyone. I believed in the artist's vision. The documentation seemed impeccable.
You knew. You saw the reports. You said it was just creative provenance.
I said no such thing. Don't try to drag me into your mess. I trusted you. We all did.
Shall we? The canapes look tired, and I believe the real champagne is depleted.
I noticed that too. The venue's skimped.
My indifference was the last thing she had no defense against.
Maya, it's me, Leo. Can we talk? Please.
Maya,
What do you want, Leo?
to explain, to apologize properly. Can I come in?
No.
I made a mistake. A huge, catastrophic mistake. It was never about her. Not really. It was about the idea of her. The validation. I got lost in it. I lost sight of what was real, of who was real. I took you for granted. I used your strength as an excuse to be weak. I see that now. I'm sorry. For the hospital, for the earrings, for my mother, for all of it.
I know you are.
Is there any chance? Counseling? I'll do anything. Sell the fund. Move. Anything you need.
No.
Why? Because of what happened with Chloe? That's over. She's nothing.
It's not about Chloe. It was never about Chloe. It was about you and me and the fact that I don't love you anymore.
You don't mean that. You're hurt. You're angry.
I'm not angry, Leo. I'm just done.
You can't be done. 10 years. A life. You can't just stop.
I can. I did.
Your things from the old apartment are with the concierge. They'll be donated after Tuesday. Take care of yourself, Leo. Chloe's downfall spread through Boston exactly the way gossip likes to travel. Fast, delighted, and cruel.
The Winthrom Foundation pulled funding from the gallery. It's closing.
I heard she's working now. Maybe Newberry, maybe the skincare count at Neiman Marcus. Can you imagine?
Chloe's greatest fear was never poverty. It was becoming ordinary.
Leo's counsel is settling quickly. He's liquidating personal assets to repay the marital pot for the gallery investment, with interest. Thought you'd appreciate the irony.
The money he gave Chloe to build her fantasy was being clawed back to settle the wreckage of ours. Justice reduced to a balance sheet. The algorithm thought my award belonged Chloe's humiliation. Two women in the same city, moving in opposite directions.
I felt nothing about her. No satisfaction. No pity. Just clean space where a ghost of a rival used to be.
Reinforced from the inside. Carbon fiber sleeve. Minimal injasion.
Stone doesn't like fancy spider webs. Rebuild it honest.
Maya, break the tie. We do both. Carlos rebuilds the failing section with reclaimed brick, matched mortar. Jenna designs the interior sleeve. And we leave a small window in the finished wall. A plaque. 21st century reinforcement respecting 19th century craft. Honesty and solution.
Shows the layers of time. I can work with that.
I'll get the specs drawn. I like it. A few of us are going to the pub by the river. Terrible beer. Good fries. You should come.
I'd like that.
Y la de 100 lo trae, podrías un pernal en un escuro. Sus yaces tiene folante.
Saturday morning was soil, sunlight, and a fern outgrowing its plastic pot. A small life, asking for more room. I realized I wanted to go. Not because I was lonely, because I was curious.
Maya, you came.
I did. The invitation was lovely. The iris on the card is beautiful.
I'm obsessed with details people walk past. Cracks in pavement, fire scant light, flowers in window boxes. Your fern, by the way, is thriving. I see it from the stairs. The series is City Botany, resilient plant life in urban spaces. The built world threatens it and shelters it at the same time.
It makes me see the street outside differently.
That brutalist garage is a concrete crime.
It's honest. That counts for something.
See? She gets it. It doesn't pretend to be anything else. Thanks for coming. It means a lot to have a neighbor see the work.
Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed it.
Maybe I'll give you a fern growth report on the stairs.
I'd like that.
I wasn't waiting for my life to start. It was already here. It was already here, in a green dress, in a gallery conversation, in the simple act of saying yes.